All right, today we are taking an incredible flight, soaring right to the highest point of your personal world. This is the summit where your legacy is literally carved into the stars. We're going to master your cosmic mountain peak, the midheaven. Our guide for this journey, the mythic Zoran the Dragon, really puts it best. We are ascending to your midheaven, and trust me, it's the absolute peak of your potential. So, what is the midheaven, or the MC, as we call it? Okay, picture this. It's the astrological point that was directly above your head the very moment you were born. But it's not just some random direction, it's a destination. This point governs your career, your public reputation, and what you're ultimately known for. It's where your soul's greatest work finally gets recognized by the world. Now, to really get a handle on the midheaven, it helps to look at its direct opposite, the Imum Colii, or the IC. Think of it like this. If the IC is your private foundation, your home, your roots, who you are when nobody's watching, then the MC is your public zenith. It's the story the world tells about you. It's your professional peak versus your private valley, and you really need both to see the full map of your life's landscape. Okay, but before we can even think about reaching that summit, we've got to understand the fundamental rules that govern this incredibly powerful territory. Our guide, Zoran, calls these the 3 laws of success. These 3 laws are basically your guide ropes for the climb. First, you've got public legacy, which is all about your reputation. Second, there's professional fulfillment. This is the specific path that brings you the most satisfaction and, yep, success. And third, we have the law of authority, which is all about how you become that go-to person, that influential voice in your field. Let's dive a little deeper into that first law, shall we? The planet sitting at your midheaven acts like a spotlight, and it defines the whole flavor of your public image. And here's the thing, unlike your first impression, your MC reputation is built slowly, piece by piece, through everything you do. It's the story that precedes you, and more importantly, the one that lingers long after you've left the room. So the real key here is figuring out which planetary energy is lighting up your personal summit. Let's dig in and see how this energy shapes your totally unique career path. All right, this is where it gets personal. If you have your chart handy, take a look. If not, just listen for the energy that really clicks with your ambitions. So, what planet is guiding your legacy? This is where we get into the real archetypes. So if you've got the sun on your midheaven, you're the executive. You're just seen as a natural leader. The moon makes you the public nurturer, finding huge success by taking care of the masses. With Venus, you're the artist or diplomat, totally thriving in fields of beauty and harmony. And Mars, well, you are the entrepreneur, born to compete and launch these bold, high-energy ventures. Now let's zoom out a bit. Jupiter on the MC? That makes you the publisher or guru. You find fortune by sharing knowledge. Think of a beloved professor or a world traveler. Saturn up there designates you as the master or expert, building a lasting legacy through pure discipline. We're talking CEO or founder level. And Uranus, you are the innovator, the one destined for that genius level recognition, probably through tech or some really unconventional ideas. And finally, we get to the most powerful, the most transformative energies. Neptune on the midheaven anoints you the visionary or healer. Your success comes from inspirational, often intangible work like film or spiritual leadership. And with Pluto, you become the power broker. You wield ultimate authority and influence in fields that deal with deep transformation, like psychology, groundbreaking research, or high-level finance. Knowing your path is one thing, but actively walking it, that's a whole other ballgame. So now we turn from knowledge to action with Zoran's strategic flight plan. This right here is the core philosophy. Your midheaven demands you take intentional action. This is not about sitting back and waiting for recognition. It's about strategically putting yourself in a position to claim it. So how do you actually wield this energy? Well, one really cool technique is called astrocartography. It maps your planetary lines across the globe. For this strategy of worldly ascent, you could literally launch a huge project while you're physically located on a beneficial MC line. For a massive shift, you might even relocate your headquarters there. And on a simpler level, you can align your professional title with your planet. Got Saturn on your MC? Call yourself a master. If it's Jupiter, brand yourself a visionary. Own it. But what if you can't just pack up and move? No worries. That's where remote mastery comes into play. From wherever you are right now, you can use a map to find the geographic direction of your MC line, whether it's pointing east toward Tokyo or south toward Cape Town. So when you've got that crucial business call or you're writing that game-changing proposal, you physically turn and face that direction. You are literally connecting your efforts to the highest point of your potential. Whew! We have defined the territory, we've explored the paths, and we've learned the strategies. Now it's all about bringing it together as we get ready to reach that summit. So, I want you to remember this. Your midheaven is so much more than just a career guide. It is the celestial marker for your greatest contribution to the world. It's that point where your inner purpose becomes your outer legacy, the place where you are truly seen, recognized, and remembered for the unique work you came here to do. And that leaves us with just one final essential question. Now that you have the map, now that you have the tools, what story is the world going to tell about you? What legacy will you build on your own cosmic mountain peak?